our deck, and then turned around and went back into the woods, but then there were no more tracks. And, you know, I don't know if it could have went up into the trees. That lady seemed to think that the trees were too small, from my understanding. You know, I don't know how big the trees, what kind of trees, but, you know, they began there and they ended there. So, but anyways, the two stories was my friend Vicky, this guy was telling her that he had went hunting, bow hunting, and he was down, I know the general area that she's talking about, and it's real kind of swampy down in there. And anyways, he was bow hunting, you know, and he was having to wade through some water. Well, he was headed out, and it wasn't completely dark, you know, it was kind of dusky dark. And he noted he could see through this brush, and he could see what he thought was a person through there. And, you know, they were, you know, walking. And so he's I think he said it was probably about 50 yards away, half of a football field is what he told her. And so he yelled, "Hey," because he didn't want, you know, to get shot. But it never, you know, acknowledged him. But he said it was weird looking. He said it almost looked like it had like a cap on its head, but he really couldn't tell. And it was shaped really weird. But she did not elaborate on, you know, he didn't elaborate on that. But he said another thing he thought was weird was that he never could hear it walking, you know, through the water. It wasn't making any noise. And from my understanding, you know, it was large. And then also another story, it was another guy, and this was when he was young. He was, you know, a kid, and they had went to North Fork Lake. It's here in Arkansas, very popular lake, and they were on a pontoon, you know, him and his family, you know, I don't know who all it was, and they had went, I think, into like this, there's a lot of coves, you know, on this lake, and there wasn't nobody up in there, and they had went up in there, and they seen something up on like a bank area, and they didn't know what it was. It was like a grayish color, grayish white, and it was getting a drink of water, and, you know, they didn't know what it was, and then it stood up and turned around and started climbing up this bank, you know, like a small cliff or a, you know, tall bank, and climbed all the way up until it got to the woods. But you know, that's definitely no mistake there. I'll be back in a second. Sorry, it's hard for me to make some of these curves and hold the phone, and so but anyways, I just wanted to share those with y'all, and I also wanted to tell y'all that I'll be putting out another video within the next day or two. I had a subscriber send me an email of his and his wife's encounter, and it's a really good encounter story, so y'all be on the lookout for that. And but anyways, this is just a short little video, and I may add to it. I may show y'all the cabin, because I think Paul got quite a bit done. But anyways, I'm almost to the house, so I'll see y'all again in a little bit. Well, he's getting quite a bit done. Take y'all around back. That's really what he's been working on. Oh. He's got the window cut out. And then I think he still has to go one more high above that. He says, "I'm worried I'm not going to have enough lumber." I'm like, oh no. But I think he'll have enough. But let me get around to the front. Just gonna show y'all. I can't really back up because the tractor's in the way. But it's getting there. I know he's ready to be done. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with y'all. And like I said, be on the lookout for the next video. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. And hope the good Lord blesses everyone.